What's all over his back?
Lint.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Movie Corner.
I think he's just gonna stay.
He's not trying to get out?
No.
Looks like he's trying to push you.
He's trying to adjust, I think.
Anyway, cat. Lap cat.
That cat.
Anyway, we just got out of the Killer's Game with Dave Bautista, and Drew McIntyre's in it as well.
That was fun.
I was going in expecting, John Wick ripoff, but it was a little bit more.
It was an action movie meets a campy spy movie. Like the action movie levels of gore and violence, but campy spy nonsense.
It was. Basically. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a masterpiece or anything, but
it was fun.
It was a good popcorn flick.
It was campy and fun. I enjoyed it.
Like, to the point we actually finished the whole popcorn bag.
Yeah.
So, for those who don't know, Killer's Game is about a guy who, he's a hired hitman. He's one of the best people in his group of killers, etc., etc. He's slowly wanting to get out of the game that you just lost. And in the process, meets a girl. They fall in love, etc., etc. He then finds out that he might have, this rare disease that's going to slowly kill him.
And by slowly, she means 3 months.
Yeah. So he puts a hit out on himself because he doesn't want the girl he fell in love with to watch him slowly dying.
Yeah, he doesn't want her to see him like that, and he can't kill himself because she won't get any life insurance payout if it's a suicide.
So, with the twist, is you then find out that he wasn't actually, or isn't actually dying, and that the stupid doctor,
the lab fucked up the test. It swapped it with another guy's sample.
So he, all that. And so the person he gets the hit from won't call the hit off. So shenanigans ensue.
And she sends a whole bunch of, assassins and teams of assassins after her. So, we have, a combination K-pop and Korean mafia type group. We have a pair of Hungarian assassins who kill people and use their motorbikes as weapons.
Like they're a set of brothers, and their specialty is chaining people together and ripping their limbs off.
Yeah,
explosive ways.
This does get very gory.
That person should not have exploded like that.
We have Terry Crews.
Which is it's basically just Terry Crews.
His character's fun. And then there's party girls who I swear are coded as lesbians, who are
they're the coded lesbian stripper assassins. Really nice bodies. But
you've got the mercenaries, you've got the... Okay, so obviously the Koreans get subtitles because they speak in Korean. So do the Scotsmen, because if you've ever heard a drunk Scotsman speak, you know why they need them.
And that was the running joke. You can understand what they were saying if you speak Scots.
But it translated into normal English, so a lot less fuck-offs.
And Drew McIntyre from WWE was one of those Scotsmen.
He was great.
He was great. He kind of died horny.
And there was the Spanish guy who danced and killed people with spurs.
Yeah. So he was basically like a salsa dancer.
But kind of matador aesthetic.
Yeah.
It was great. It was so campy.
So the whole movie is, the typical John Wick type story where, the assassin has to defend themselves from other assassins. That's the whole movie. You know, it's been done way too much, but this one was fun.
Yeah. In levels of, like, campy fun, I would compare it to Kingsman.
I feel like there's going to be a sequel with the way it ended.
Yeah. It was one of those that wasn't, like... It was wrapped up nicely, but left also very nicely open for a sequel.
Like, I hope Macy ends up getting into the...
She was gunning for it at the end. Obviously, we do spoilers here.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing of, like, well, I'm retired, and she's like, okay, but... You know, for
how much money do you
college
get?
Is expensive, so like maybe just a little bit.
But she actually is the one that saves the day.
Yeah.
She, since you know we're already in spoiler territory, she takes the shot.
So click off now if you don't want spoilers.
The way she ends up saving him is she shotgun, like point blank shotguns
to the face.
His ace.
He turned into a boiled egg.
And you know. The look on her face was...
Oh my god, why did I do that?
It felt like it was partially excitement and then what the fuck.
Yeah. It was like 90% trauma, but 10%, oh, that was kind of fun. So, and hey, we've already seen Dancing Assassins, so she would fit right in.
Right?
She's
the
a ballerina.
character is a ballerina.
Well, it was more modern than... Either way. Well, because she is a ballerina,
Dancer.
even if that wasn't what she was performing. Yeah, she's a dancer. So.
But I enjoyed it.
It was fun.
Like I said, it's not a masterpiece. It's, you know, John Wick, but with Batista.
Yeah. It's very campy.
It's basically this exact same plot.
But, like, add the camp.
Yeah. For example, where John Wick took itself extremely seriously.
This does not.
This does not.
No bit of it takes itself seriously, and it's glorious.
Well, when the relationship first starts, before he actually puts the hit in, it does kind of start slow.
The emotional underpinnings take themselves seriously, the violence does not. Also, River Song.
Oh.
Alex Kingston is in this. We're sitting there like, why does she look familiar? And, you know, because we're sitting in the back row, so there's no one behind me to bother, I pull out my phone and IMDb it. Yeah, that's Alex Kingston.
Yep. The daughter slash...
So we've now heard River Song talk about, you know, if you do something to upset a man, just give him a blowjob, it'll be fine.
Well, I'm gonna have to 18 plus that one.
I mean, with the violence in this whole thing, was it not going to be that anyway? For God's sake, man's brains get splattered every 30 seconds in this movie. I think we're going to have to 18 plus it for gore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to tell you what to do, you know, raising your kids, but if gore is something you're avoiding for them, maybe not this one.
Well, I meant for... the kids watching the video.
Yeah, and I'm just saying in general for the movie. There's a lot of gore. So be mindful of that with
your
your own and whoever else's viewing needs. Where are you going, bud?
Really? Meow.
Okay. No more butt scratches. Weird cat. Anyway.
Well, you got some cat entertainment.
Yes.
Honestly, I think this was like at least a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, I do enjoy John Wick more, but that's because it's the seriousness.
I would say like 6 out of 10 on story, especially because the ending felt really rushed.
The ending does
10 out of 10 on entertainment factor.
The fucking confessional.
It's just that priest looks so traumatized. Like,
there's a
that
part.
man just sitting there like, I wish I hadn't asked you to do this. Why did I do this to myself?
Part of the rushed ending is that they end up trying to find sanctuary in a church. The priest ends up, you know, they ask the priest to quickly marry them before they disappear. And the priest asks, you know, Batista's character's name is Joe. He asks Joe to do a confessional, and he just goes and lists a shitload of all of his murders in
Like,
the confessional.
We pop in with the line, and that brings us up to the last few months. So this poor guy has already been through a whole career's worth of murder.
And he's just like
sitting there like 1,000-yard stare like,
what the fuck? I loved it. Yeah.
The funniest line was, I don't know if I can absolve you of this. What, do you need to call the Vatican? Don't tell me to call the police. Like, that was great.
So yeah, if you like, you know, schlocky assassin movies, you'll love this movie.
Campy assassin movies with some, you know, funny European stereotypes and set pieces.
And it's not even just European stereotype, it's just stereotypes in general.
Yeah, like each of the assassins felt like a stereotype, whether it was like a country or a movie genre.
The cool black guy.
Yeah. Like whether they were, to quote The Mercenary, you guys are all out of comic books. Like that's what it felt like.
Basically.
They were all of the assassins are over-the-top comic book characters. It's just that Joe Flood is from, like, Red, and everyone else is from, like, Cold War era spy camp stuff.
Facts. So, go check it out, and thank you for watching.